All right. Um, Hello, everyone, and welcome to Karthik Bells, another episode. And today is 11th May 2020. I hope all of you are safe. New week, and I hope you all of you had a great weekend. And yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. How was your weekend, everyone? Did you folks enjoy? Took some rest, relaxed? For me, it was quite relaxing. I did a bit of housework, but that's pretty much it. I was away from the computer. I don't think I touched the computer at all, and maybe just here and there, but just avoided it totally. Just a bit of relaxation, and I feel a bit fresh. Although I did wake up a bit late today, uh, but yeah, had a good time, uh, and all ready for the week ahead. Well, today's been a bit tiring as well. I just did a lot of work, a lot of work, and I still am not yet done. I will be streaming for 45 minutes today because I've got a call at 9:30 p.m. and basically this is a call with the folks on the other end of the world. So that means some folks from Seattle. So yeah, kind of matching the time zones there. That's pretty much that. Hey startup Sanatana, welcome to the stream. And curious to know about the IFT implementation. Welcome to the stream, Dipanshu. Glad to have all of you here. Hope all of you had a great weekend. So let's talk a bit about what I did just some time back. Hey, welcome to the stream Trade Last. So here's what I did, okay, and I'm going to show you what I did. Remember on one of those previous streams, I showed you this stuff, right? So this is a Blink One, and you can go to Blink. I think it's the website is where's Blink One? Yeah, I'm not sure of their website. Yeah, this is the website, blink1.thingm.com. Glad to know you unplugged a bit, Fred, last. Um, even I unplugged a while. Feels good, feels relaxed. So this is a really cool stuff, blink1.thingm.com. Okay, and what it does basically is it's a small USB light uh, that you can configure to work with anything, and by anything I mean anything. You can control it programmatically as well. When you install it, when you buy it, you kind of get this small control panel, and I hope all of you can see this. And what you can do here is some of the fancy things that you can do is you can tell your coworkers that, hey, I'm available. So now you can see that the device is not connected. So let me just actually, yeah, there we go. The device is connected now. So I can set it to the device unconnected everywhere. Let me just connect it again. That's weird. It was working till now. Okay, let's hope this works now. Nope. That's really weird. I call this the Murphy law of streaming. Anything that can work will not work on live stream. Why is it not working? Okay. I don't know if it's a physical connection issue. I mean, this would work perfectly fine when I was not streaming. Okay, it looks like the device is connected, but the moment, yeah, there we go. So you can see I can just set this up to any color that I want to. So I can set it to available, busy, and away. But the cool thing about this is there are two LED lights. So there's an LED light here and an LED light here. So you can actually change this. So you can say LED A can be, say, for example, pink, and you will see that one side is pink and one side is yellow. I'm not sure if you are able to see the colors, but there are two LEDs in here. So LED B is this, and I can change the LED B to green or pretty much any color that I want to. Or I could just have the same colors on both the LEDs. So that's what this blink thing does. Now what you can do is you can connect this with if, that is if this then this. That's something that you can do, and there are some APIs as well, so you can, I've been tinkering with it, and maybe on one of these episodes I'll eventually get to kind of do this. But here's what I've been doing. Using Node.js, I've been trying to do blink.fade.rgb and kind of change the color. So I'm just trying this out. If this works out, maybe I'll pick it up in one of the streams on how to configure this. But to the question that Startup Sanatana asked, I just created a simple trigger which looks like this. If stream going live for Jeff Blankenberg, then send blink event. So this is what I basically did. And what this does is I just need to send which channel, and I need to send the rule name, and then back here in the blink control there's something called as event sources. I just need to add an event source and have that work, right? For some reason it doesn't seem to be working, or works and sometimes doesn't, but yeah, it did work once. And last activity May 11 2020, which means Jeff just went live on his stream almost an hour and a half back, and it did light up back then, but I couldn't see that. So I still need to figure out if it's working properly or not, but yes, it does say that this connection did work. So yeah, so this is what I pretty much did with Twitch. I'm planning to deep dive into it and get into the code part of it and see how I can control this via code. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Monish. My video is laggy. I am not sure about that. I am seeing good numbers. Hey, other folks on the stream, are you also facing the same issues as Monish? Is the video a bit laggy? If it is, just let me know. I'll maybe just quickly switch my network, and maybe I'll just jump it back again. Are you all able to see the stream properly? So seems okay here. Thanks for the update, Oxygen Box. Although I do see a bit of lag today, but I'm not sure if it's my network issues. So I'm going to go as it is. Monish, maybe just try and reload, or maybe your network might be the issue. Crazy Bone asked the link. I posted the link. Startup Santana, no, we cannot use the MI-LED Wi-Fi smart bulb. Well, it's like this. I think any smart bulb that you can programmatically control should be fine, right? I specifically used Blink 1 because that's what I had. I don't think there are other lights like this, but even Arduino, Raspberry Pi, I mean, you can always build something on top of that. But yeah, the good thing about Blink 1 USB is you can kind of just have it, plug it in, and start working with whatever you want to do. So yeah, I do plan to do that on one of these streams. I'm still figuring out how to get it working so that I can talk about that in the stream. Anyways, let's get back to what we were doing before. Projects, personal. I've got so many things to learn. and so many things to work on. It just feels that I don't have enough time. So sometimes I just try and do a hard prioritize. But yeah, let's go inside the ultimate dialog quiz and then pick up from where we were from last time. So let me just save this, open this up. Okay. Um, so yesterday, the last time, we kind of had this function which would get the opponent and the game, um, and a game of that user, and kind of you would send the user ID, and it would get all the users apart from that specific user, right? So that's what we had done so far. And well, where did it go? Yeah, let's open that up. Important to stay hydrated, folks. Keep drinking a lot of water. And there we go. Let's open up our DynamoDB as well. Okay. Where is DynamoDB? There we go. So we had a function called as get opponent and game, and what it would do is it would get all the users except that specific user, right? So we are right now this user, which is this one, but it would get all the other users, right? So what I'm going to do here is yesterday, the last time I just hard coded this, but I'm going to put in user as the value, and I'll be passing the user ID from here, right? So I'm capturing the user ID, passing the user ID, and then finally what I'm saying here in get opponent and game is that, hey, from this table, get all the records that do not match this ID. And which ID is that? It is that current user's ID. This is something that I learned last time, filter expression, totally learned it on the stream. I never knew this before. But if you want to do not equal to in DynamoDB expressions, this is how you would do it. This is what it means, not equal to. So not equal to user. So then the understanding is that it would send all the users, it would share with me all the users who do not have this ID, which would typically mean all the other users. And then from that, what we are going to do is we are going to pick up their games, right? We are going to randomly pick up their games, and this is how their game looks like, right? Their games looks like a map of game 1, game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, right? So that's how it is going to look like. So that's what we are going to get it from here, okay? So there might be, say, 5 users. Right now there's just one extra, 2 users, so there's going to be 1 user. If there were 5 users, there would be 4 users that we would get. So out of those users, the thing that we want to kind of do first is, let's write it out here. So what I'm looking to do here is get the users and randomly select a user, and from that specific user get their random game, right? So that's what we are planning here. So look at this. So we have one user who has only one game as of now, but if they had like game 2, game 3, game 4, game 5, we would randomly pick this user, and then we would come to games and pick up a random game from any of these things, right? So first of all, let's figure out how many users do we have, right? And for this, let's actually go ahead and test out the skill and see how this works. By the way, since the last stream, there has been a new follower. I'm repeating the alert. Monish VNSN is following the stream. Welcome to the stream, Monish. And if you want that animation to come up, you can just click on that follow button. If you're already following, you can unfollow and follow me again and just see that popping up. Go ahead, give it a try. It looks cool. Okay, so now let's test it out. And we knew that we are going to get issue because right now when you look at the code is not doing anything. It's not returning anything at all. So we are going to get an error. We are right now just calling this function, which is the get opponent and game function. So out here, the ultimate dialog quiz. Let's go to the monitoring part of this. Go into view logs in CloudWatch. And in here, let's look at the latest code. So now, here's how it looks like, right? So what's happening here is this is how the data looks like. So let's add one more user, and I'm just going to add a random user for the time being, right? How do I add it? Create item. String is some another random value. Keep in mind, folks, this is not going to be like right now I'm just randomly putting in some values, but this is not something I would recommend do all the time. So yeah, this is just something I'm doing for the time being. Text, let's just copy this text. I don't want to kind of do this all the time. Come here, create an item, text, paste it. The ID would be some random player value, and right, so questions, game 1. Yeah, it looks good. So the ID should be different. So yeah, so there we go. And now let's try this out, right? So now if you look at this, we are doing the output where we are just trying to figure out how many users are there except the current user. So earlier we just got count 1, but we just added 2, one more user, so we should now get 2. Okay, let's try that out. And I hope what I'm doing makes a lot of sense to you. If not, feel free to jump in the chat, folks, and ask your questions. Don't shy away. I'm learning a lot of things here. A lot of these things I don't know. So don't worry about if you know something or not, or if it's something too easy. We'll figure it out. There we go. So this looks the items. Let's look at this. So we got item some random value, and we got some random player value. So we got both the users, right? And out there you can see that the count is 2. So now what I'm going to do here is hopefully let count is equal to data.items.count console.log count. Does that work? Just want to see if we are getting this properly or not. And it might be also be the case that when I'm doing something, I might not be doing this in the efficient way. So if you kind of feel that what I'm doing is not efficient and there's a better way to do it, feel free to jump into the chat and point that out as well. I'm by no means an expert on this. I'm learning as things go up from here. Okay. Yeah. So now let's try this out again. Exit. Open the dialog quiz. So it looks like the count came back as undefined because, and why would that be, right? So we're not getting the count as it is, right? So maybe I just made a, I don't need a dot items. I got a feeling that I need to do that because if you look at this, if you look at the JSON, you have data. This is basically the data. There is items, but items is an array, and then there's a count object, count property. I kind of have a feeling that maybe that's what I did wrong here. Let's figure out. Looks like that's not the case. I'm still not getting the count. So data.count doesn't work as well. Do I need to console let data is equal to json.stringify data and then maybe kind of do a data.count? No, I don't need to do a let here because the data is already defined. Is the count properly capitalized? Hey, that's a good point, Oxygen Box. That's a good point. I totally missed that. Let's see if that was what was causing the issue. Should it be info of 0? I'm not sure where info came in crazy_bone. Where's info from? Let's check it out. But good catch with that Auction Box. Okay, so that did not seem to work. Does this work though? And how about this? I'm telling you, on some days working with JavaScript makes me want to take a PHP. And PHP was pretty easy. PHP was pretty easy. So right, count is equal to data of count. Is this the correct way to do that though? I'm kind of it now looks like I kind of got this property in here, so I kind of have a feeling that this is going to work. But let's try this out because now we got the tooltip to say it out as well. So maybe I'm hoping that works. Open the dialog quiz. I'm just curious. While we kind of get this deployed, I've been meaning to ask all of you a question. I'm curious on what is it that all of you are right now building. What kind of things are you building on top of Alexa, and how I can help. And I'd love to hear that from you. You don't have to be super specific and share your total idea about how it works, but maybe give you an overarching view. You don't have to share your ideas out in the open, but if you feel so, feel free to do so, and let me know if I can help you in some way or the other. There we go. So I think that was the issue. We were not doing data of count, right? So we needed to do data of the count, right? So that got us the count, and now that we've got the count, what we need to do is out of data.items, we need to pick up a random user and then get their random games, right? So that's what we need to do. Sounds good, startup Sanathana. You can also speak it out here as well. That's perfectly fine. Um, I'd be interested to talk about it. But yes, always up to learn what you folks are doing. I know I've got too many ideas to build on Alexa. Okay, there's too many ideas, and a lot of them come from my day-to-day working with developers. I see a lot of ideas. So if you want an idea to work on, always hit me up and I can help you out with that. I've got way too many ideas in my head and I don't have time to build on them. So always open to sharing some ideas, folks. I know Rajat. I'm not sure if Rajat is following the stream, but Rajat pinged me with some skill ideas, and I mean to get back to you by today or tomorrow, Rajat. But yes, feel free to drop in your ideas, folk. Okay, so now that we've got the count, what we need to do is let opponent. So we are going to find an opponent now. Is going to be data of items of a random player, right? Sounds Dipanshu Jain is building a story game based on a bank robbery where user will give certain choices to prepare and execute the plan, and each choice will have different consequences. That's a cool idea, Dipanshu. Is this kind of based like on Money Heist? I have not yet watched the show though, but I've had a lot of folks recommend me the TV show as well, and at the same time, a lot of people have been building Alexa skills on top of it. I'm not sure if yours is kind of matched to that, but yeah, sounds like a good idea to build on. Crazy Bone is building a music skill where you give the user a clue and they have to guess the song title. Hey, that's pretty cool, Crazy Bone. Let me know once you build that, and yeah, would be really happy to test it out. Okay, and folks, when you reach out to me, I sometimes am kind of very swamped with work, so please don't mind if my response times are slow, because it's just the nature of the lockdown and the situation. There's so many things to do, but I promise I will get back to you. And yeah, Oxygen Box says you're testing a project. Right, build for get info about an organization, and I'm trying to flesh out a simulation game, thinking through gameplay and execution. That sounds super cool, Oxygen Box. Um, I know you've been trying to do via Airtable, and I'm not sure if you have seen this. I think I spoke about it back in my one of my streams, but back when I was in Dabble Lab, we built a Alexa skill for Lake Forest, uh, which I'm not sure, the city of Lake Forest. Yeah, there we go. This one, right? And it would do things like this: what jobs are open, how do I report graffiti, and stuff like that. So I kind of think you're kind of trying to build something, and this is entirely based on top of Airtable. Works entirely on Airtable. So cool stuff. Yep. Anyways, coming back to the stream, random player. So random player is going to be someone between 0 to count -1, right? But I know there's no function called as random. So let's see how to get a random number in JavaScript in ranges. There's this math.random function. Yeah, this one, math.floor, math.random. No. Yeah, this one. So what I want to do is so this is interesting. Let me just do something here. Let's just create a new file. I'm going to call this as a test.js file so that I can just quickly check these small things that I want to do. I'm just going to take this, go to test.js, put it in here, 2, and node lambda / custom / test.js. Let value is equal to console.log value, right? 2. Is it always going to be 2? No, it's, yeah, I think this should be math.random and 1, right? So this should be either 0 or 1, right? It should be less than right, and I don't think we need this +1. This is not truly random, is it? What are we missing? The project I'm testing is built using Airtable, thanks in large part to your meal planner streams. I'm really glad that helped you, Auctionbox, and I kind of feel that if I were to be streaming and if I could just help even one person build whatever they want to build, I think my job here is done. And that's why yeah, so that's what we pretty much tried math.flow.math.random into count, right? But here's the problem, right? So if you kind of put in count here, which is going to be 2, right? So it's always going to be 2. It's going to be 2 for the time being, right? Because we have 2 users. What I want here, Oxygen Box, is, look at this. I have some random value, which is the 0th element, right? And then I have some random player value, which is a second element, but the index is 1, right? So I don't want 2 to ever come. I want 0 or 1 to come in. JJ Milgar asks, want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on adviewers.com. I'm sorry, JJ Milgar. You look like a bot, you sound like a bot, and I don't need followers. I'm happy with the kind of small community that we built here. But thanks for the offer. Rajat, welcome to the stream, man. Random produces 0 to 1, right? So, folks, I'm totally doing this on the stream. I don't know much about JavaScript, and a lot of these things you will notice that I'm just learning as we go. Okay, so math.random, yes, math.random, that sounds exactly what Rajat said it would do. It would basically take 0 to 1, right? And what we are doing then is and 1 less than the count. So we kind of multiply this with 2, right? And then we kind of do a math.floor, right? I kind of feel that, okay, so now let's do it. So this is going to be 1 1 1. That's weird. Now 2 is not coming up, but earlier the values used to alternate between 0 1 and 2. Okay, that looks like we solved it then, right? I don't need to do a +1 or anything like that. So math.random into count is our player, right? So console.log, your opponent is opponent, right? Exactly. So that's something I learned today. And most of the times what happens is I just copy paste this code right off the bat and not delve deep into it. But this stream helps me kind of deep dive into stuff like this and just figure out what it is. So I think that's a win-win. Okay. Right. Let's deploy this. And folks, I might have to jump off today. I have a call in 8 minutes or so. But this is only going to be on Mondays. I'll try and not have it on the Wednesdays and Fridays, so that we can do bigger streams on that day. But you'll have to excuse me today in some time. Okay. Now it looks like items is not defined. Why is that the case? Oh, you know what? I need to put in items. Okay. Thanks for the link, Startup Sanatana. Okay, let's try this out again. Let's come here. Let's exit and open the dialog quiz. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so by default it returned me some random. So there are two. So the value was 1. The random value was either 0, can be either 0 or can be 1. So the value was 1. So we got the second user, some random player value, and that's what is being shown up here. So this person is going to be my opponent, and what we are going to do is let game count is equal to data of so opponent of games. So we need to do the same stuff with the game count, right? So the games object, let's figure out how many games do they have and kind of get a game from there. So games dot count, or let another game count, and I'm just trying out different things here. Opponent of games count. Right, let's do a console.log of both. Console.log 1 plus game count, and console.log, I'm just putting in random values here, another game count, right? Let's just deploy this. Let's see which one of this works. Exit. Open the dialog quiz. Come back in here. Reload this. Okay, looks like both of them are undefined. Maybe that is because we didn't do a JSON.stringify, did we? No, but I don't think we need to do a JSON.stringify. Opponent of games.count, both of them are undefined. Why is that so? So this is our opponent. Wait. Yeah, this is our opponent. ID colon access time games. So I kind of feel that maybe I kind of need to put in opponent dot games dot count, but yeah, I'll figure that out. But hey folks, thank you for joining in today. I know this has been just a small stream for 45 minutes. I'm kind of trying to do this a bit more extra. So then on Wednesday when we stream, I'll make up for the time and kind of stream a bit more extra. But yes, today I've got a work call to take up, so I might have to drop off. But as usual, appreciate all of you joining in. Just summarizing what we did today is we're just trying to get a random user from the database of except from that specific user who is playing, kind of get a random user and get a random game that they have played, so that that is a game that can be played by the opposite user as well, right? Or the playing user. So that's pretty much what we are trying to do here. And so far we have come till this point, and we'll continue work on this on Wednesday. But yes, thanks for joining in today, folks. I hope you got to learn something today. And I hope all of you have a great week ahead. Thanks for joining in. Until next time, see you on Wednesday. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe and stay healthy, folks. Bye bye.